would listen. I knew you would listen. I knew you would be here. And if you're new here and you're wondering why I'm so aggressive, watch my last video. Today we are diving into my completed yellow sketchbook tour for April. And because I did show you a sneak peek last time, maybe I'll share something from my completed green sketchbook for May. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the video, just to keep you on your toes. Anyway, today we're diving into my completed yellow sketchbook for April, meaning I only used yellow supplies in here, and I will be listing those supplies down below. One thing I wanted to say before we get started is that I found yellow to be a color that was really hard to work with on its own. So a lot of these pages are like yellow orange. I used a yellow marker and I used yellow paint, but it's not, I don't know. It's just not like pure yellow, if that makes sense. Yellow is just very bright and in your face, and I feel like it's just really hard to get some type of shadow and stuff, so I tried my best, I did my best, and hopefully there's some cute things that you like in here. Also, I started and finished a sketchbook in less than 10 days, so that was also another challenge on its own. But again, I did my best, and I hope you like the video. Welcome to a new sketchbook tour. This is my yellow sketchbook for April. If you haven't checked out my red or orange sketchbook tour just yet, go check that out if you'd like. And as usual, I decorated my sketchbook cover with yellow stickers so I can stay on theme. And here are the sticker artists. Alright, so let's get started. We have the cover page. I started this sketchbook on April 22nd and finished it on April 30th. Not to mention, this is the first time I ever started and completed a sketchbook in less than 10 days, so a lot, if not all of these drawings are Pinterest finds, and just very messy sketches. And as usual, I included my info just in case I planned on traveling with it. Spoiler, I did not. I started out the sketchbook with a self-portrait as expected. If you know, you know, I start every sketchbook with a self-portrait just so I don't have to think too hard about how to break it in. I love how scribbly and playful this turned out. If you know me, this is a very Ruby expression. Starting pretty silly with some Cabbage Patch babies. I remember having a Cabbage Patch doll as a kid, and she had yellow yarn hair, and I think that's what made me think to draw this. This isn't her, by the way, this is just a Pinterest find. Anyway, I don't remember her much, I just remember thinking she had weird feet and smelled a little funny. And now that I'm older, they kind of look like grandmas. I don't know. It's kind of cute, like a grandma baby. Here's a cute little duck I saw on Pinterest. I just changed the pattern on the clothes it was wearing to make it more like me. I think it's very simple and very cute. And here's a yellow apple. I don't remember the last time I've seen a yellow apple in real life, but I do remember hating them because they were always mushy. But I think they're supposed to be mushy, so I'm sure they're still out there and I actively ignore them because they're just gross. But no hate to the yellow apple fans out there. The cat with the hair rollers is another Pinterest find. I just simplified it and made it cuter. And this one is from my imagination. And she has cute eyes. This one also has cute eyes. I also just love the texture from the Neocolor crayon. It just looks like a children's book illustration and I love it so much. Some more simple Pinterest finds. We have a stovetop espresso maker and a vintage coffee pot that I thought were really pretty. If I drank coffee, I definitely would want these in my kitchen. But yeah, super simple sketches, super cute. And I love the pop of the neon yellow. Here's a scary portrait. The proportions are off, the cheeks look crazy. It also doesn't really look like the reference at all, but what are you gonna do? I don't remember how long I spent on this, but I'll say it was probably less than 5 minutes just to make myself feel better. On the other hand, I love how this pretzel came out. It just looks very tasty. And again, it's just another simple object I didn't spend too much time on, and it turned out really nice. More simple objects. I just want to reiterate that I was very loose with these sketches because, again, I had less than 10 days to finish this entire sketchbook, and I was working on as many spreads as I could a day, so here we have a ketchup bottle, some sugar, and salt. And here's a cupcake topped with a strawberry. It's looking a little orange, but I promise I've been using my yellow Tombow brush pen. Here we have a simple vase and some daisies. It's nothing special or crazy. I think at this point I just needed to hurry up and put something on paper, but I still think it's cool. This spread is more Pinterest finds. I think at this point I was really gravitating towards that neon yellow. It just feels so inviting and helps the other yellows feel more like shadows. This cake here is supposed to have jewels on it, but it was kind of hard for me to get that sparkly look, but I still like how it turned out. Now, I don't know what to say about this spread. I think I was just trying to sketch something I wouldn't normally draw, so I saw these little playground toys on Pinterest and thought, hey, I've never drawn those things before. I don't know what happened to the face here, but I'd like to also mention that there was no initial sketch with pencil. I went straight in with a marker, so I'll just blame the outcome on that. Here's this little bear paw I thought was so cute, so I had to draw it. And to give it a little friend, I drew this toy bear eating eggs on toast. Here I was doing some swatches because I was trying to decide if I wanted to use this darker color, but I felt like it was cheating because it wasn't really yellow at that point, so I decided against it. I love, love, love this spread. I think it came out so good. I also think I'm definitely improving on profiles and just different angles in general. And I love these swans loving on each other. Again, so simple, but so adorable. Oh, to be a swan in love. Now this is a visual representation of what I was feeling like throughout this whole sketchbook, but hey, at least she's thick. I also tried to give her a little stuffed animal, but he's kind of ugly.
You're ugly. You're disgusting.
I was just over it, but I had to continue and finish the sketchbook so I can be on track with accomplishing my goals or whatever. Okay, this is my attempt at drawing a horse. I don't think I've ever drawn a horse that wasn't like a little cartoon doodle, so to all my horse girls out there, how did I do? I do remember this girl in 5th grade who was that stereotypical horse girl who wore horse shirts and also drew horses all the time, and man, did she make it look so easy. And here we have some doodles of grass and clovers, just trying to put something on the page. I think the Neo color really saved it with the texture. I feel like I've said this before, but if you need to give your drawing a bit of life, a Neo color can go a very long way. If you watched my last video, I already shared this sneak peek with you, but of course I was gonna draw some bananas in a yellow sketchbook. Fun fact, I don't like bananas. I just can't get over the texture. I'm sorry to all my banana lovers out there. Especially so sorry to my little monkey here who loves bananas. Very cliche, but ooh ooh ee ee ah ah. This spread, I did that exercise where you just make random blobs with your materials. In this case, I used watercolor to make these blobs, then used a marker to try to make it into something like this walrus holding a beach ball, a cloud, a little rabbit. This one looks like another rabbit, a bird. This one looks like maybe a mouse. I don't know. Another bird. This one looked like a platypus to me. I think this is supposed to be a basket with like veggies. Another rabbit, a betta fish maybe, a monkey, and I couldn't figure out what this would be, so I just gave it a tail and eyes. Maybe it's a weird squirrel. When the blobs come out, that's how I know it's pretty much endgame for my creativity. Here's another Pinterest portrait. I don't love her at all. It just doesn't look like the reference, but with the amount of energy I had left at this point, I'm happy it came out looking like a person. More simple drawings. We have a cool vase with flowers and a little southern crocodile. Sorry, the lettering looks crazy. My marker was just going everywhere, but I think the croc is cute. Okay, here we have Bert and Ernie as babies, and I was so happy with how Bert came out. He just looks so cute, but when it was time to draw Ernie, he just came out looking very cursed. He just looks kind of off, like the proportions feel off, the hair is off. It's just not Ernie. Here I sketched this little barn owl. I think I've drawn a barn owl once or twice before. They're just so beautiful, but at the same time, they also look kind of scary. And I think they're very cool from afar, of course. I don't know what else to say about it. I just drew an owl because I think they're interesting. I painted some roses because I noticed that when I draw flowers, I gravitate towards drawing tulips because they're one of my favorite flowers. But fun fact, when I first started drawing as a kid, the first flowers I learned how to draw were roses. I don't know why, because I don't like roses, so I don't draw them, but I painted these for little Ruby because I remembered her and she'd be so proud of the roses she can draw now. And here we have some quick quote-unquote anatomy practice. I've noticed that I always draw women's bodies. Maybe it's because I'm more familiar with them since I'm a woman myself. And no offense, men's bodies gross me out a little. I don't know what that says about me, but no offense to the guys out there. Your body is a body, you know? It's cool. I just feel weird drawing them for some reason. Maybe that's something I need to work on. Moving on, I love her. She's an original drawing. I just went in with a marker and wanted to draw something very cute. And what came to be was this cute little elephant with a little puffy shirt and some socks and sandals that I have from Lazy Oaf. So maybe in a way she is me and I am her. And this one is a little girl sitting under some dandelions. I think this spread is very playful and so cute. And it wouldn't be me without expressing how tired I am. And in this case, I drew some alphabet soup in a cute floral bowl with my ingredients on the side. I'm always going to use garlic, of course, and we also have some tomatoes and onion, so maybe it's a tomato soup. Now here's a second sneak peek I gave you that I said I was going to explain, so here's my explanation. I don't know. She kind of looks like an Arthur character. She could be like the librarian or something. But the real story is that I was originally doing some lettering with a Tombow brush pen, but I hated how it was turning out, so I just took a brush and washed it and started over and came up with this masterpiece. Maybe the spread just wasn't meant to be good, and I accepted that. Now, I love this one. It's a little kitty wearing a sweater on a huge grandpa chair holding a muffin. I think I want to rework this and make it into a sticker because it's very lovely. And earlier I mentioned I don't really draw men, so I decided to go ahead and draw a man. It's not really a man's body, it's just his back. But I think it's okay. This is supposed to be a deer. Again, just over it. I don't necessarily hate it. It's kind of playful, but I can just tell whenever I'm drawing just because I have to and not because I want to. This spread is so cute. I love it so much. I went in straight with a marker and it came out so nice. I'm very proud of it. We have this Italian character cutting a pizza, and then on this page, he's delivering it. And he also serves cake. This spread is kind of everywhere. It started out with this can of soda, and then I guess I thought about fries and drew those. And then I drew myself as a mouse saying I was hungry and kept the mouse thing going. Here she's stretching and grooving. Yeah, she has the moves. And then talking on the phone to her many friends. Overall, it's a chaotic page, but it brought this little mouse, which I love. Some more simple portraits. I didn't use any references, I just wanted to play with proportions and features, and I think this spread came out very cool, very high fashion, very, I don't know, I like it. This one is so cute and so quirky. I also want to rework this one and make it into a sticker, and again, with the Neo color, giving it more life. Then I drew some daffodils because it was spring, and daffodils are the epitome of spring. Then I drew a pug. I've never drawn a pug before, and I'm so proud of this. I think it came out so good. And this is another Pinterest find. I wanted to practice some wide lens perspective because I feel like I suck at that, and I kind of nailed this one. It's not perfect, but I love how it came out, and the spread is another one of my faves in here. This one's a little hard to see, the binding is in the way, but it's more perspective practice. Again, I think this came out so cool, and I'm very proud of myself for practicing things that are a bit challenging for me, and I hope to continue to improve. And finally, we've reached the last page. Good night, the end. Dreaming about me dreaming because I was so over it at this point. I'm surprised those last two spreads came out decent. I think this sketchbook is the first one that really taught me to just draw something, anything, even if it turns out bad. There will always be a few gems. But that is the end of the sketchbook tour. Now you want to see what's in here, don't you? Okay. Let's see. There's one page in here that I absolutely love, and it's probably like one of the best things I've sketched in a long time. And I'm very proud of that, so I'm not going to be sharing that one with you because you're going to have to wait for that one. Let's see. Which one is intriguing enough? This is one of my favorite spreads in here. I think it's just, I have no words. And because I did it last time, I guess I'll do it again this time and I'll share something ugly with you. This isn't really ugly, but it's not like super creative or anything. I just used my left hand to draw this spread, and I mean, I think I'm improving.
Hello. Hi.
But I'll explain more about this in a future video, so if you don't want to miss out on it, don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe and comment something below because I love hearing your thoughts. I hope this video brings some inspiration for you, or it's just a chill, fun time for you. Yeah, I'm gonna go now. I hope to see you soon. Bye!